Hey, 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 welcome back to Chats with Mish. It's your girl Misha here, and we are back with another astrology chat. This one is the gifts that you've inherited from the sun, and we'll be speaking about what are those gifts from that. This is part one, so we'll be talking about houses 1 through 6, and houses 7 through 12 will be in part two. So, first, we're going to talk about what is the sun? What is the sun characteristics, the highs and the lows, quote unquote, your light and your dark characteristics of the sun. And then we're going to go through the houses and see what are your characteristics that are inherited through each house that you're bringing your sun to. So you being born, for example, being born in the second house and you're a Gemini sun. So you're bringing the characteristics of the Gemini sun to this second house, which has its own characteristics. And what we're going to talk about is the basic characteristics of the zodiac wheel. And then you're going to add your sign, whatever your sun sign is, and apply it to those instilled characteristics of that house. And that's how you'll be able to, see the full, well-rounded way to utilize the gift that is your sun sign. And everyone has a different gift. You may not notice it because a gift is something that you do like automatic, it's inherited, it's embedded in you, and you don't necessarily see it or notice it, but people see it and they notice it. About you as well. So a gift usually is something that you do easy that other people be like amazed with, and you're like, what? That was easy. But that's usually what your gift is. And a lot of the times it has to do with where your sun sign is, your rising sign, your moon. We can go, your big six plays a big role into, your gifts and talents and things that you can do, and the aspects and the transits that are coming on, that are happening, that applies to those. So it's just so many different energies that can activate your gifts. But what we're going to talk about today is just the sun energy and what are the different gifts that you guys have inherited just by your sun being placed in a certain house. So the sun. Now, when the sun is in its highest vibration, it is the happiest. You are in a happy vibration. You give happiness to others. You're always triumphing. You have an optimistic type of energy and mindset. You bring the fun to the room, to the energy, and you always find yourself successful. You have vitality. When you think about health, if your sun is strong and good, your health is strong, your vitality. And again, it's fun, and the sun brings truth. So wherever you come with your sun, if you have strong sun placements, and other planets that also activate truth, like maybe you have Sun and Mercury in the same house, that there is like a dynamic bomb for truth. You can see it because you're flashing your light with the sun, and then the Mercury, you can read it. It's kind of like you can feel it. So it just depends on what house that is in. So on the other hand, we have the low vibrations of the sun. When you're not fully in that vibration, you're not fully pulling that sun, with you, or something's happened that stopped you from even, really walking with your chest back as the sun sign that you are. It'll bring sadness to your energy. You'll feel gloomy, a lot of sorrow that you carry it around on your shoulders. You be pessimistic. You become drawn to failure and disappointments, and you don't take action. You become inactionable person, if that's a word, and you experience a lot of delays when you're not really in the high vibration and essence of the sun energy. And so now we are going to go through the houses and see the characteristics inherited that you will be bringing that good sun, because I'm going to talk positive. You're going to be bringing that good high vibrational energy of your sun. But to be real, you will, this is real, and life is life. So sometimes you're not going to be the high vibrational part or characteristics of the sun or of your sun sign. Um, but knowing the high vibrations and how you act when you are in your right, path and in alignment is good to know. So when you are low, it's just good to know. So when you're low, you can recognize it, and then you can strive towards going towards those positive aspects that I am going to speak on, and that'll help you shift if you're feeling down or you just feel out of alignment. You feel like you just don't feel like yourself. You may have to tune into the sun sign to feel that energy again. So whatever your sun sign is, and then the house that it sits in, you may start having to go within and pull those characteristics because they're in you. That is your placement. That's how it was aligned, and it's there from birth to death. So it's there. You just have to sometimes dig within and flip it and get back to the higher aspects of these placements. So the first house. The first house is an Aries house, right? So it gives that Aries theme of self, your appearance. So these are things you're going to have high confidence in if your sun sign is there, or will automatically bring attention to yourself, your appearance, your body. Maybe you are not conceited, but very, in tune with yourself and your body and how you look and how you present yourself on a physical aspect. You're very big on like maybe first impressions, or if you're not big on first impressions, you make a big first impressions just because the sun is in your first house. You may not even know the impression you leave on someone just by your energy because you have the sun in the first house. And your identity, your attitude, and if your sun is in the first house, it's like when you're not feeling right, people can feel it because it shows on your face. It shows in your energy because the sun is in the self house. So you can't even hide it behind anything, because if the light ain't on, it shows. If the light is off, it shows. And people can feel that, right? So that's it with the first house. Having the sun in your second house is your values. This is a Taurus house. So people may look at you, or your higher aspect is you're drawn to, money, great values. You might have good home, good cars, material things. You may have the greatest things. Now, on the other end, you may not be a magnet for those things. With the sun in the second house and you're not utilizing it. So you're in a low vibrational energy of the sun. It will repel all of those things from you. When you're in a higher vibration of the sun, it will magnetize and shine light on those great things for you. So the money, good jobs, great, steady income. You may have a great daily routine. People may look at you because it's light shined on your values, again, your material possessions, and people may look at you and see that you're a person that have your priorities in check. Just think about a Taurus. A Taurus is a person that is dependable, a workaholic. They have comfort in their life, luxury because they are ruled by Venus. So this here house with the sun, sitting in there, it's going to be magnetized, plus the characteristics that your individual sign that sits there brings as well. So that's a great placement. Like, all of them are great placements, but if you like, it just depends on what your goal and what you make a priority for you. So if you like luxury and you like living comfortable and having steady income and just being a magnet to those things, like the material things, having the sun in the second house is vital for you to stay upbeat and optimistic, and all of those things that keeps you a magnet to money and great possessions, great experiences, just all of the good things that money can buy, and also like good flow with your family, your relationships, because it's values too. So if we value our family, if that's what you value, if the sun is there, it'll keep a great relationship going with those people you value as well. So, third house. The third house is a Gemini house. So we have the mind and we have thinking and communication. So with the sun there, it makes you an excellent communicator when you're in your high vibration. Your mind is moving good. It's moving fast. You communicate. You're well rounded. So you can, talk and vibe with a lot of people because Gemini is the communicator. So Gemini can, kind of get along with everybody. They have two sides to them as well. And so does this third house with the sun in it. So you have to be very, careful because when the sun is up, you are the motivational speaker, the motivational thinker, the optimistic thinker, right? But when it's not, you are the pessimistic thinker and talker. And you can motivate people in either direction. So you have to be very careful of that. But this also symbolize your local neighborhood, social activities and interests, your neighbors, your early education and your siblings. So with the sun there, it highlights all of that. And if it's in a good vibration, you have positive, experiences there when it comes to your learning in school. You're probably excellent with learning, especially in a Gemini house. You're acing your tests. You're like at the top of everything when it comes to learning. You can learn multiple things at once, especially if you have different planets there as well. And you're just interested in a lot of different things. You're soaking up a lot of knowledge and you're utilizing that sun being in that placement because what you learn, you also can teach with that being here. And you're a great communicator. But if it's on the low side, you don't communicate at all. Like you hold back your communication. It's the flip side of that. So if you're not utilizing that sun vitality, the optimism, and all of the goodness that comes with the sun and that strength, you can be the total opposite, the negative Nancy, the pessimistic thinker, not having great relationships with your siblings if you have any at all, not very social, don't care about your neighbors, don't care about it's just the opposite. And so now we're going to go into the fourth house. Fourth house is ruled by Cancer. Cancer is the mothering, nurturing sign, and it represents your home, your roots, your family. It represents your emotions, your self-care, foundation, the roots that you come from. It also represents your mother, your children, women, and femininity. And so if it's good, this is a great house for you if you love women, right? So you have great relationships with women, you have a great relationship with your family, your roots, they're strong, your roots, the sun shining there and it's in its, high vibration. You may be a beacon for your family, the strength for the family, the hope, the optimistic, the person that everybody comes to for comfort and warmth. And to be healed, because Cancer is a healing sign. So you're the healer of the family. And when you're in the other side, on the flip side, you don't care. You're distant from your family and you don't care about your roots. Maybe you don't know who your family is. Maybe you don't face your emotions. You don't care about a foundation, like you flighty type thing. You know what I mean? Like and you with women, you don't like women or children, that type of person, somebody that hates femininity, don't want to talk about that, just really in their masculine. So it's like the flip side of femininity is masculinity. And that's usually what it is when it's a low vibration, when you have the sun in your fourth house and you're not utilizing the high vibrational, aspects of the sun in that house. So now we're going to go to the fifth house. The fifth house is ruled by Leo, and Leo is romance, love, your love affairs. It's how you play, your creativity. It's also like fertility, getting pregnant, things of that nature. It is like having a childlike spirit, always up and in the up vibration. So the sun here is a great place because the sun is Leo's ruler. So having the sun in a Leo house, it brings in the high vibration, it brings a lot of luck, a lot of vitality, a lot of hope, a lot of just happiness and festivities, and you're just always creating, making stuff, and you're playing. You like don't take stuff serious. You're constantly in a childlike energy. You could be dramatic here as well. So that's the flip side, being dramatic. Everything that a low vibrational Leo can bring. Egotistical, prideful, dramatic, not motivating. People don't want to be around you. It's me, me, me. The creativity is blocked. You don't have a good a flowing creativity. It's blocked, or you're copying. It's something going on there. The love life could be blocked. You don't like romance. Any of those things, the lower vibration, Leo is not living in its true, authentic, high vibrational self as the sun, being ruled by the sun. So having the sun in the fifth house that is ruled by the sun, you're expected to be on all the time. The Leo is the performer, so you're expected to be on all the time, just automatically, right? It's just in you with all of this Leo energy in this house. Okay, now to the sixth house. Sixth house is the Virgo house. Virgo bringing the sun to this house. It is going in a high vibration. It's going to bring great health, or you may just focus on health, be health focused, fitness focused. Systems. You are very analytical. You are great at analyzing things with numbers and nature, pets and maybe a farmers, things like that. You have a great work ethic. You are on time. You're dependable. You have great organization. So people may look for you to keep things in check. Like, because you're so good with checks and balance, you just automatically find yourself in those type of positions when your sun is shining in a high vibration in this house. You're very service driven. The Virgo is the service sign of the zodiac. And so when you're in your high vibration, you are servicing everyone that come in contact with you, and you do it effortlessly. And you're a solutionist. So you're finding solutions to every problem brought your way. And yeah, so on a flip mode, you are very, moody. You don't want to be bothered. You are not giving service. You keeping your service to yourself. You may have ill health problems. Your fitness may not be off. You don't care about fitness. Your house is a mess. You don't care about cleaning, organization. You don't care about animals. You don't care about any of that type of stuff. And you bounce around maybe with jobs, or maybe you don't have a job. You don't care about a job. So that's the lower vibration of bringing in that sun energy to the sixth house. And so, guys, that is the wrap up. Sixth house for part one. So we went through 1 through 6 and gave all of the characteristics of each house and what the sun would bring to it, the lows and the highs. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you join me on part 2, where we go through houses 7 through 12. So thank you for another chat, astrology chat. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, peace, love, and happiness.